Well, anything to be done right is worth redoing over and over again until we get it right. So here we are again. More instructions. I'm going to try to walk you through it again as to how you operate this simulation so that it's relatively easy. What I did was I made a few changes in the instructions because I found that if you want to increase power quickly in the beginning from a cold start, you have to modify all of these 10 capacitors such that they can be tweaked to be 18 versus 27 farads. And then you alternate. The next one you go 27 versus 18, because they tend to flip every time you hit the OK button in the edit box. They flip over. You know, this button here, they flip over. See what I mean? They flipped, even though I didn't change anything. And then they flip again. That'll happen when you hit the reset button as well. And if you roll your cursor over this inductor, or excuse me, over this resistor, it'll also change it. So, and if you put your cursor over here, you can see down here in the lower right that this one is 1 farad each for minimum and maximum parametric excitation. So it won't change. We have to give it something. They have to be different from each other, I believe. Or different from the number 1. Or different from each other, I think. Anyway. So the first one is always 18. And then the second one is 27. That's the first of each pair. And then when you get to the second of each pair that you do, it doesn't have to be in any sequence, you know, whatever you want. Now we go 27 versus 18. And see, now they're flipped in unison. Now I'm going to do all of them just to, take you through this so that you get a handle on how this operates. Because I don't want anybody going, I don't know what to do with that. I'll do something simpler. I'll stay away from free energy. Oh, okay. Free energy is not free of complications. It's just the intelligent use of a feature to electricity that we have not been taught. Physics supports this because Emmy Noether defined conservation of energy 100 years ago with her theory, Noether's theorem. And it's predicated on the non-variation of time. So time is our yardstick. Time is our absolute frame of reference, not the ether. But that's only if time does not appear to have changed. And I believe it can appear to be changeable, and that's what causes conservation of energy to get thrown out. So now everything changes. So let's start up the simulator. And look what we've got. We've got the AC source. Uh-oh, this one didn't load properly. We get the AC source with around 14 volts of electricity and picoamps of amps. So the wattage is 0 for all intents and purposes. And the inductor also is 0. Even though it shows that this has gotten energized, it's negligible at best. So now we give this a flick, and we see some spikes over here, but still nothing to write home about. So let's hold it down for a little bit. And now we've got spikes, 53 volts, 200 yoctoamps. Oh no, these are femtovolts, 53 femtovolts. Yeah, right now it's around 1.5 femtovolt. So let's do this again. Give it a spike, give it another spike, give it a spike. Ooh, that was good. So pretty low. So let's hold it down a bit. So now that's overshot. Oh, because I'm recording, so I gotta slow this down. Yeah, my recorder is taxing the simulator. You know it when your little electrons don't move around freely. There we go. No. That's somewhat better. Oh, that's no good. You have to be slower. There. Okay, so the mega amps are coming down. Yeah, I overshot. Well, since this is so slow, we're going to have to reset this. So we see our AC source has gigaamp spike and terawatt spike, which is going to alert the FCC, you know, something like that. But hopefully it'll only be for an instant. I'm waiting for something to show up over here so I can start talking again, so I know what I'm dealing with. It looks like I overshot, so I'm going to have to start over again. Yeah, the whole point of this was to show you how this operates. Oh. Alright, so now maybe is the time. Oh, see, I did it again. I went too far. I keep thinking I can get away with... no, that was too far as well. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, instead of taking the instructions or to take out these 4, but I'm going to take out this one because I'm 1 pair. Because I am just going too far with this. Oh, I forgot to... So you got to change this one up here as well. Okay. Oh, I got to go one more step. There we go. All right. Let's see how this works. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh, so I don't need to do all 5 of them, all 5 pairs. How about that? Well, I'm going to have to change the instructions. Cowabunga. So I've got 10 kiloamps and 10 megavolts. Which is more than enough. I overshot it again. Alright. Try again. Micro, okay. Oops. Oops. No, I didn't do it. See, I'm holding down the switch. That's my mistake. I shouldn't hold down the switch. Just keep flicking it. Oh, it goes too I should at least pay attention to what I'm doing. I'll get this right. Alright. Takes practice. Oh my god, the last one overshoots. Unbelievable. So when I get to femto... No, atto. Uh-huh. This is what Tesla did in his hotel room before he went to the demonstration. He monkeyed with this thing. Alright. So now I take these out of the lineup. See, now they all flipped, so I have to do the top entry. And this one, and this one. Now I'm ready. See, the problem was the thing held down. It wasn't... I gave it a click. I didn't do that. Hey, Vasmer. So now we only have... Oh, it tends to hold down no matter what I do. It gets stuck. See what I mean? Oh. Yeah, that was it. It got stuck, and it overloaded. And it doesn't matter how many of these things does it. I don't know. Alright, let's do this one. Let's diminish this one. We'll get this. We'll figure it out. Alright. You still get a pretty good boost. Just on 4 pair over to the left. See, the problem is the switch will... Oh! Maybe I shouldn't use the switch. Maybe I should use this resistor. It still gets stuck. Oh my. Oh, it really got stuck. Holy crap. And then when it gets up this side, the poor simulator can't operate. I don't know how to do this smoothly. Well, you won't have this trouble in the real world. I don't know, you might. Maybe I should slow it down. Maybe if I slow down the simulator. Atto-amps and microvolts. So let's slow it down. To the slowest setting. So slow I can't even see any motion. Yeah, things are moving. And let's give it a click. See, that was the problem. I had the simulator on too fast. Alright. So if we go down to a slower speed for the simulator. Oh, but it's caught, isn't it? Oh no, it's not caught. It's just... I don't have much power. See, this is how you tell whether or not your simulator gets frozen. The speed of the current. See, we got a little tiny spike here. So let's do that again. There's a spike. It won't get caught now. Ooh. I wonder why it didn't show up under volts. It's not changing the volts any. Well, that's weird. Oh, because the volts are already too high. Yeah, it's starting to show up here. Oh, this is a good way to go. So we just slow down the simulator, and so that it won't get caught and then stay too long and give us too much power. I mean, we can speed it up to see how we're doing, but when we're operating the switch, we have to slow it down. So let's see how we're doing here. Because that's just the spike. Oh, we're back down to femto again. Oh, we're up to millivolts. That's a little better. Alright, so we go down real low. And we hold this. And then release. And we got a nice spike in the nano range. See how touchy this is? This is really touchy. So what do I got? I got 4 pairs on the left rather than, okay, so it's the opposite of what I thought. It looks like the same as before. Alright. Microamps. Let's try this again. Hold it down. Hold it down some more. It's tricky trying to get just the amount we want and not too much, because this is a very explosive circuit. Milliamps, there we go. Alright, hold it down some more. But these are spikes, so I have to overshoot. But the problem is not to overshoot too much. I'm not getting anywhere here. cautious. There. Now I gotta spike up to an amp. So let's see how we're doing here. Pretty good. Not bad, if I might say so. So we hold it down some more. It's tough getting it just where we want it. Doesn't seem to want to go. There, kiloamps. Not bad. Well, that's overshooting us. Yeah, could have been better. So you see how tricky this is. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get it just in the right place. But that's because I can't slide the capacitance up to where I want it. I have to abruptly go, and I went too high. So maybe I should have gone to 22 instead of 27. Let's change these. See, it doesn't have to be 27. I'm guessing anyway. Maybe just 22 or 27 in the beginning, and then 22 later on, and less of these as well. So we'll let this die down a bit. So we've merely got microwatts coming out of our aerial, which is pretty good. You're not alerting anybody to the hazards of living with our free energy system. Yeah, the volts tend to stay the same. It's the amps that go up and down. Down to 9 kiloamps. That's too much. Trying to drop this as quickly as possible to get on with this video. Okay, it looks like it's stabilized at 7 kiloamps, more or less, which means it should be 140 kilovolts, and it's not. So it's still going down. Oh, but it's getting there. It's almost there. So 140 kilovolts and 7 kiloamps, 20 to 1 volts to amps. All right, let's give this a try and see how this works with only 22. There, that's a spike. It didn't affect the amps at all. Oh, that affected things. I went up too high. No? Let's see what we did. I may not have changed it at all, just given it a spike. That might be why I stopped using 22. Oh no, it went up a little. So there it is. So 22 is, well, but it may come down to the same base level. Yeah, I didn't change it. So that's why I do 22, or 27. There's a reason for it. I knew there was a reason. Because I've done this before. Tried 22 and it doesn't work. Now I'm using, values that you won't buy necessarily. So you just, you vary it, within the same arena, within the same ballpark. You figure it out. I'm just doing what I have here, and then you do what you have with you. What works for you. Alright, so it's still back to around 7 kiloamps. And of course the volts are too high, so they're dropping very quickly. Because they're way too high. I may have even thrown away some energy. It's possible. Oh, the aerial's down to nanowatts. Yeah, I may have thrown away. See, so there's that possibility that instead of synthesizing, we may end up decomposing the energy parametrically. And parametrically means, it kind of, or it doesn't mean, but kind of implies a sudden change. So this is going to take a while to diminish. But you get the idea, I hope. That basically you're driving along and this is your accelerator pedal, shifting these up or back down again to accelerate or coast. And when you're coasting on electrical momentum that this power supply is running off of. Now this is in 100 nanoseconds time steps. So I've only transpired 21 or 22 milliseconds. That's a lot of changes in a very short period of time. And that's a very major caveat problem that we might have in dealing with this as a buildable circuit. Yeah, I'm back down to 140 kilovolts, so I didn't change anything with the 22 farads. I just gave it a big spike, which is a waste, Why bother? I might have boosted it a slight amount, but it's diminishing at a rate probably greater than the slight amount that I boosted it. Let's try an experiment. No, let's not. Let's see. So it's down to 4 on the far left to fine tune. In fact, let's take it from a cold start. And we don't even need. Oh, look at that. Just by holding the... Oh, because I had the speed too high. Alright. So we're zipping along here at a very slow speed of the simulator. And that's the only way to work the switch, basically. So now I hold this down. See, so when I hold it down, it's worth a shorter period of time because the simulator's running at a slower pace. So that's the advantage of slowing the simulator down when operating the switch. And then you can speed it back up again to see what you've done. Haven't done a thing. Maybe it's not so good to do this from a cold start. Oh, there's a spike. Well, let's speed this up a bit. Oh, there you go. He was going too slow. I couldn't tell what I was doing. does a double spike. Alright. Oh, so now the amps are rising. Oh, we may hit our target here. Oh, let's give a look. Oh, boy, I got lucky. So this is really the way to do it, is to simply use all four. So I'm going to have to change the instructions completely. Just the far left 4 pair. So this would be cruising speed, 60 amps. 50 amps is cruising speed. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, the amps are still going up. And the volts are coming down. How about that? Speed this up a little. Interesting. Oh, it's going to be below 200 amps, that's for sure. And they're a busy street. There's so much traffic on this street. It's unbelievable. There, it peaked. Now what is it doing? Well, that's bizarre. It's coming back down? How weird is that? How weird. So the voltage now is going more negative. 1.5 kilovolts. It's going more negative. Oh my god, it's going to turn around. Is this thing oscillating? But I have it on a diode. It's not supposed to oscillate. Oh, it's oscillating between a high and a low. Well, I'll be damned. It's not even a... Well, relatively speaking, it's flat, but not really. See, I have it on maximum resolution. Maximum scale. If I change it, it's flat lines. And it looks like it's, more or less flat. But now I can see it's not flat at all. It undulates up and down like a yo-yo. Hovering around 1.5 kilovolts and 75-ish amps. Unbelievable. Well, I'm down to zetawatts. Or thereabouts. So now what? The volts are going to base. Oh, so now it's decreasing. Right. So maybe that was just an initial undulation. Maybe it won't happen again. How would I know? We're still, we haven't even passed the 20 millisecond mark. Looks like 15, 16? Yeah, 17 milliseconds. Oh my goodness. This is bizarre. So with the diode you get relative protection from an alternating output. More or less, you don't get a perfect protection. But then, nothing in this world is perfect. So it's really a question of working with something within certain limits of tolerance you know, what can you accept? What can the motor accept? You know, what are the limits of tolerance? Because, you know, I realized leafing through my repair manual for my car that, you know, my 2002 RAV4 EV, that there's actually an AC inverter in there or an AC circuit of some kind, and I don't know why. You know, are they calling that the cooling circuit, the circuit that works the AC system, the air conditioning, or is that alternating current? You know, it's probably the air conditioner. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it has AC in the circuitry. I could be wrong though, because yeah, you never know. I don't know how to read these things properly anyway. Oh, now it's dropping. Right. So that was an undulation at first, a kind of a surge that it had to get over. And now it's actually dropping because the volts tend to be the opposite polarity to the amps for some strange reason. I don't know what that means. That means something weird is what it means. Well, so I have to change these instructions to read just work these 4 capacitors here. In fact, I bet we could reduce it even further. Let's see what happens. See, now I got a quicker time speed. Oh, that still shot up. Oh, but not that high. So that, ooh, well, yeah, that is kind of high. Yeah, I should have slowed down the simulator a bit. No, okay. So, alright, so let's do it from here. Oopsie. That's too much speed. Alright, let's try this again. Convergence fail? What? Yeah, it doesn't like it, huh? Oh my god, I shot it up with too much power. It shows you that you don't need to change too many. Wow. Amazing. Isn't this amazing? You see how quickly I took off? So now I got the speedometer under the... Oh, it looks like See, I can't wear my glasses and this headset at the same time. Let's get a reading on this so I can preserve it. Oh, nanoamps? Or is that... No, I think that's nano. But that's a spike. Oh, down to femto. Okay. So... back down to there. Hold it. Ooh, too high. God, it doesn't take much to get this thing going. Unbelievable. What if we just did one? The top one, maybe? let's try it this way. Ooh. All it takes is one capacitor? Holy shit. Excuse my French. This is remarkable. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go by the... Oh shit, that was too much. Unbelievable. Oh, one is overdoing it. Oh my god, okay. We're gonna get this. We're gonna figure it out. So it can't be just one. So instead of 27, let's make it 26. And then this one will be 26. Uh-oh, I got it wrong here. I believe so. Alright, 26 followed by 18. Alright. Yeah, maybe 27 is too high. Oh, see? That's not so bad. There you go. The answer is 26, not 27. Could probably even bring it down to 25. Unbelievable. I'll be darned. Pays to do taping sessions, and it kind of puts me on the line that I gotta make changes. So let's try 25. What is the minimum? See, I don't even know what the minimum is. So let's find out what the minimum is. So let's go down to 25. Ooh, that's a little high. Ah, perfect. Well, there you go. 25's not bad. Let's try a little lower. Let's try 24. Let's find out exactly what this thing works best at. Let's go back to N. In terms of speed. Oops, I went too far. Oh wow, went too far. Huh. So 24 is not even needed. I could have done, well, 22 we know doesn't work. So maybe 23 is the minimum. Who could say? That's it, 23 is the minimum. Oh wow, that's it. 23 versus 22. Isn't that the oddest thing? So, what if I changed all of these now to 22? So when you build it, you'll have to find what works for you. And obviously, oh, wait a minute, that was 3. Nope, it was too much. uh, 22 is too much. 18 was okay. So let's try 21. You know, maybe it's better to have kept it lower to have wiggle room, you know, a safety margin. That's probably true, but I'm trying to, you know, for the sake of learning, I'm trying to find out in this particular simulation what are the exact limits. So that means this can be 22. One, 22, 21. Convergence failed. It's still growing on its own, so 21 is too much. Fancy that. When the same amount. Kinda gives a boost, that's true, to the whole system. When it was 18, it wasn't much of a boost. I just picked, 18 was arbitrary. I don't know, I'm just fumbling around here. Well, simplifies the instructions at any rate, only one pair. I wonder what would happen if I used the pair closest to here rather than over there. If that would help. You know what, maybe, let's try that. Let's go to the far right instead of the far left. Alright, let's do these over here. So this would be 20 followed by 21. And 21 followed by 20. See that? Nothing happens. Interesting. Alright, so let's change that back to 1. Let's see, so let's do this pair over here. Versus 21. Versus 20. Ooh. Oh my god, that's huge. Unbelievable. Holy shit. Oh, I see my problem here. I got it on the wrong. What? Phew. Alright. So, change these back to 1. So 20 seems to be safe. Provided everything else is, Alright, so now we'll do these. So let's see, this would be 20 versus 21. And that is 21 versus 20. So it's these middle pairs and everything else stays the same. Somewhat safe. It doesn't do anything. Oh, look at that. It doesn't do a damn thing. So it's any pair, either this pair or this pair. Huh. What would happen if I just did these three and left out these four? Yeah, let's do that. So 20 versus 21. Exclude those. 21 versus 20. Still nothing. Alright, so we do 20 versus 21. And 21 versus 20. There. Because it was able to carry it forward. That was the issue. Oh, nothing happens. Oh, it doesn't even... Oh, talk about safe. There, it doesn't amount to anything. I know if I do anything in here, it's going to. Maybe that's why Tesla had another extra pair, possibly. It could very well be that's why he had 12 instead of 10. Because if I change these, it just shoots, I bet. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? Yeah, it can't be 1, because 1 really shoots it. It has to be in pairs. Let's just flick it. Yeah. It's probably no different than if I hadn't done. Yeah, see, I know it. Because it held on to it. That looks like a good one. Oh, I made it. So this is the correct speed. Yeah, fine-tuning this thing can be a labor of love. So that's reasonable. Now you don't have to change the speed around. Well, maybe the current could be changed. Why is that thing flashing? The electrons are not moving here, it just flashes this. That's strange. You know what, it may be because the, simulator is going too fast. There, that was it. Simulator. Oh my god, it's rising slowly. I was afraid of this happening. Oh my god, look at that. It's rising. Oh my god. So 20 is a slow rise. That might be a good thing. Because if you've got a motor load, well, there you go. I wanted a slow rise. Oh, man. So it can bounce back up. Or is it undulating, I wonder? Looks like the volts are evening, flattening out. Oh. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It means the amps have to go up because the kilovolts are going up. And now they're going down. Just a peak of 77 kilovolts. You know, it's strange sometimes how this thing behaves. Oh, it has to go into the negative, that's right. It'll be happiest there. So it's not rising. 20 doesn't make it rise, but 21 probably will. Well, no, we know it does because just a couple capacitors in the right position will make it rise. Wow, that's quite a distinction between 20 and 21 farads. Talk about a that's well, you don't have to cut it so close, obviously. When you build it, I wanted to see where the turning point was, if it was a window or if it was a more narrow point. So it is a window somewhere in there, maybe, but it's a very narrow one. Okay, okay. So, which ones did I do? I did this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Everything but the last one. And how much you want to bet? If I had done the last one, it wouldn't have been much different, in all likelihood, I would imagine. But see, if we had another extra pair out here, it would make a difference because the ratio would be more finely tuned. So I'm thinking this needs almost another pair of capacitors in here, because this is how we fine tune it. Is we start from this end and we pair, and we do them in pairs, adding on another pair until we finally get results. I mean, once we know what capacitance will cause it to get into the zone, so to speak, of synthesis, of gain, then it's a question of how many pairs do we need versus how many pairs towards the load end that do not vary. Okay. Not bad. Did I save this? I gotta save this before I monkey with changing it. Save this information. I can put it in the file. Because it's changing too slowly. I'm going to see what it changes to. Or does it rise? You know, what does this thing do? I don't know. I want to see what it does in the long term. Sorry. Readjusting my headset here. It's giving me a headache. Pushing down on my skull. Okay. So it looks like a cruising speed of around 40 amps. But I bet you it's going to undulate and come back down again. Yep, there it goes. Because it's got to follow the volts. Whatever the volts do, the amps have to do. Oh boy, that... Oh, it's almost going to be a kilovolt. So 20 times less would be 50 amps. If that's what it's going toward. Maybe not. A little less. Yeah, see, if we put this on maximum, you'd be able to see it. Otherwise, you don't get to see it. The two aerials don't behave the same way. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, this is interesting. One is entirely in the positive reference frame and the other is in the negative. In terms of watts. Yeah, you wouldn't know it looking at the current and voltage waveforms, that they would segregate themselves like that. It doesn't say negative. That's because I didn't list the negative. So. Yeah, that makes a difference. There we go. So how are we doing over here? 700 volts. 36 amps. 36 times 20 would be 70 to 720. That's about what the volts are at. Yeah, 20 to 1. Yeah, if you don't mind the voltage being 20 times greater than the amperage, then this circuit is for you. So which way is it headed? Downwards? Oh, now the voltage is going downwards in absolute value. You know what? I think it's trying to home in on its value that it's supposed to be comfortable at, and diminishing at the same time. So it's doing two things. It's stabilizing and it's thermodynamically losing energy as well. And so that's why the erratic behavior and why it's hard to estimate, but you kind of get a notion. It's around 35 amps and 700 volts, more or less, or 36, 35, whatever, 35 and a half. A little less than cruising, more like driving around in a alleyway maybe, or a very large empty parking lot. I guess I have, yeah, nothing more to say. So you've seen how I've monkeyed with it, so I didn't really know what I was doing at first. Now I have a little better idea, and so I'll change my instructions accordingly. But thanks for watching, and tune in again some other time.